The Aleph Bet and Vowels. Aleph. Bet, vet, b, v. Gimel, g. Daled, d. Hey, h. Vav, v. Zayin, z. Chet, ch. Tet, t. Yud, y. Chaf, kaf, ch, k. Lamed, l. Mem, m. Nun, n. Samech, s. Ayin. Pe, fe, p, f. Tsari, ts. Kuf, k. Resh, Shin, sin, sh, s. Tough, t. We're getting into final letters now. This is mem sofit. Sofit means the final mem. It's when it's at the end of a word. So, mem sofit. Nun sofit. Tsari sofit. Ts. Fe, pe sofit. Fe sofit and pet sofit. P, f, p. This is the final chaf. Ch, ch, cha, k. Chaf, kaf. This is the chaf or the kaf. Here, this is a vowel that goes underneath the aleph here. Aleph is silent, so we're showing just the vowel. And that vowel is called a kamatz. It makes an ah sound. It's like the letter A. Ah. This is a kamatz with a shva. Shva is the two dots next to the T-looking kamatz. It also makes an ah sound. The shva doesn't really have a sound. It's just two extra dots for you. Ah. This is a patach. That's the vowel patach. It also makes an ah sound. Ah. Here's a patach with a shva next to it on the right. That also makes an ah sound. Ah. This is a chirik, which makes an e sound. E. One dot makes e sound. E. This is a tsere, which makes an a sound. I like to think of the Fonz with his two thumbs up going a. So a. This is called segol, this vowel. It makes an sound. So imagine the 3 points is your mouth, the sides of your mouth, and you drop your mouth down. The third dot there, that say, reminds you to go from a to e. A, e. This is segol, sound. This is a segol with a shva. Again, the shva doesn't have any pronunciation. It just is 2 extra dots for you. So, that's a segol, This is called a cholam. Cholam goes o, like over. That makes a o sound. You see that it's over the vav? That's o. Okay? And sometimes the cholam is chaser, which means it's missing. It's a missing cholam. Cholam chaser. So this also makes the o sound, but it's without the vav. O. This next one is called shuruk. Shuruk, which makes an oo sound. So if the cholam is over, shuruk is through. It's over the vav and through the vav. So oo, through, oo. Okay, that's a shuruk. Kubutz. Kubutz also makes an oo sound. This is 3 dots, a diagonal, and it makes the oo like a kibbutz, like a kibbutz or kubutz. Okay, it's a group of 3 dots together, kubutz. Oo. This is a shva. This can you'll learn this either as silent or it makes a small I or sound. Okay, depending on where it is in the word. Shva. It's called a shva, but it's usually silent. 2 dots. 4 rules for when shva makes a sound, I, 1, at the beginning of a word, bereshit. Or 2, when there are 2 shvas in a row, the second one makes a sound, nafshecha. When there are 2 of the same letter in a row, the shva makes a sound, hallelu. Or, number 4, if Cantor Singer says it makes a sound. This is called a meteg with a sof pasuk. The meteg is just a place that shows you, it's one line. It's also known as the bit of the horse, meteg, that shows you where the emphasis is at the end of a sentence. And sometimes it's in other words, just to show you where the proper emphasis on the correct syllable goes, so that it will explain to you where the correct pronunciation goes. This also includes a sof pasuk sign, which is really cantillation, and but it's the end of a sentence. That's what sof pasuk means, end of sentence. So that's a sof pasuk with a meteg. Okay, sometimes that can be confusing for people. They're not vowels, but they are actually cantillation marks, trope marks. Ta'ameh hamikra. So this doesn't have pronunciation, but it is one thing that can be easily confused with vowels. Now, how to read Hebrew. Hebrew is read from right to left. All letters are considered consonants, and every consonant has a vowel. The only exceptions are, A, sometimes they do not have a vowel. In these, Yud and Aleph cases, these letters do not make a sound. The final consonant does not always have a vowel. Also, pronounce the consonant with the vowel and move to the next consonant and vowel pairing. There is one common exception. If you see the patach and the chet at the end of a word, the vowel sounds before the consonant, as in poteach. Poteach. It's not potecha, it's poteach. It's the only time when you will sound the vowel before you sound the consonant. Here are some common confusions. Resh and Dalid. One makes R sound, the other one makes Dalid, D sound. vet and chaf. They look very similar. V, ch. Same thing when they have a dagesh in them. The dagesh there, that dot in the middle, makes it go from v to b and from ch to k. It's like having a ball in your throat that stops the sound. B and k instead of v and ch, where the air escapes. That dagesh is like a little ball that stops the air from flowing. Hey, chet, and taf. Three very easily confusable letters. Look very similar with just slight modifications. Ain and sadi. Very easy to confuse. One makes a kind of a guttural sound if you were to pronounce it, or is really a silence. But it's if you're more Eastern, makes a guttural sound. And sadi, very easily confusable letters. This is a mem on the right, and on the left is a tet. M, t, m, t. They look kind of similar, easily confused. And then we've got the mem sofit and the samech. M on the right, s on the left. Mem and samech. Mem sofit and samech. Very similar looking round shapes. Vav and nun sofit. One of them is longer. The nun sofit drops below the other letters, and the nun is slightly higher, but they look almost identical. The nun sofit is on the left, and the vav is on the right. V and n. This is dalid on the right, and the chaf sofit. Okay? That's very easily confused. One makes a d sound, the other makes a ch sound at the end of a sentence. This is a nun on the right, a vet in the middle, and on the left is a chaf. Very easy to confuse these three letters. N, v, and ch. This is a nun on the right, a vav in the middle, and a zayin on the left. N, v, z. And there we have a shuruk, this is a vowel, and a cholam on the left, okay? U and O. As I said before, one is through, the other one is over. U, the ball goes through. O, the ball goes over, okay? Some people like to say, punch you in the stomach, it goes ooh. You go ooh, and if you get hit in the head, you go oh. But I think it's easy to confuse which one is ooh versus o. But I think through and over make more sense. That's why I use those terms. Ooh, o. So this also gets confusing. Sometimes there's a dagesh with a patach below the vav, right? So it goes va, vu, v, and u. Sometimes you have two vavs together making an u sound together. It can be very confusing. So these are very confusing.